Loud Call of Duty ad. Were there more ads today? Seemed like it took people longer to get in here, although I started like a minute later. So I was a little bit delayed. But good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tony. I got an emote thanks to WTF not subscription. Thank. Jacob, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Good morning. Oh, there you go. Thanks for the... Oh, Tony, you love me. You gave me double hearts. Are you the big heart and I'm the little heart? Is this like a spooning experience? Good morning, Gumbo Man Pat. Loveless. You got off easy. We had Tyson chickens. We had... What do we have? Loud Call of Duty ads. Retro 51 update. Sure, we'll do that in a bit. Got some things to share. No ads day. Sweet. I'm a little bright today. I'm glowing, if you couldn't tell. Good morning. Oh, retro. I'm using my retro. I'm behind on memberships, so that's what I'm going to do today while we chat, so we can chit-chat as much about as many things as you want. And I'm going to be doing envelope stuff for Pen Addict members that don't have their memberships yet. So yeah, just gotta have like 40 to send, which I didn't think I had that many in the queue. So you're gonna hear this today with the magic Pen Addict stamp. This one. The only thing, I'm a little mad, I forgot my so when I ship the chips, I put them in a little baggie because it's a little, I don't think it's good. It's not great presentation to begin with, but I'd rather have it in a little baggie. Yeah, you need to send me your address. Yeah, you get one of these. So I sent them in the little baggie because it's a little bit nicer than just sending them in the envelope. And I forgot the baggies, so I'm just doing everything except putting the chip into the baggie, which bugs me. These are Pen Addict member chips, like this thing that you see me throwing around. If you're a Pen Addict member via the Pen Addict website, you get one of these. And I mail you one. See? So I don't care if you've subscribed for a month. I don't care if you live in Antarctica. If you subscribe, you get one. I just need to get your address somehow. So I put out a link or a sheet. You can email me at the member's email address. I just need a way to send it to you. And then I'll get to it 3 months later. That's pretty much the pace we're on here. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. We have a few things we can talk about. One will be, where do I send it? Send it to the member's email address. Send me your mailing address to that email address. That way it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. That's my quiet inbox, so I know when things come there, they're important because they're members. That's the member email box. Those get priority. What was I going to show you? I was going to show you something this morning that I got in the Twitter machine. So let's open this up. Yes, if you need me. Tony has access to me. There's not many people that have the access that Tony has, but that's for reasons, good reasons actually. What's the member email? I'm gonna say that online. It's in every newsletter. Just look at the bottom of the newsletter, and I'm sure it'd be super hard for someone to figure it out. Yeah, it's literally at the bottom, in the little thank you section. There's a little the section where I say thanks for reading, it's in there. But yeah, if you need access to me, number one, the quickest way to get to me is a Twitter mention. Just at me or DM me on Twitter. My DMs are open. That's number one fastest. Email's probably the slowest. Powerbelly51, thanks for the sub. Thank you so much. Thank. Oh, what did we get? We got little heart dude. Yeah, I mean, you always... Yeah, but honestly, Andrew, that's sometimes 1 of 20 emails, right? So, that are new. So, it doesn't always get, top priority. Even though you're pretty top on my list. So just saying, don't let that go to your head. So yeah, but there is a direct members email. So Twitter is far and away the quickest response to get to me. Even if it's a long message, send it in a DM and I'll get back to you. Email will take me sometimes, like you're thinking, probably like 1 to 3 days on an email, just because I try not to keep my email open that often. So I'll go in, knock out a few things, close it, and come back a few hours later. So I can't spend all day in email. It's a very thing. Yeah, Tony texts me. Don't message me on Slack, in the Pen Addict Slack. I will never see that, because I have alerts off on that because it would be too many. That would be a nice place for me to get back to you if you're on the Slack, but it's just there's too many notifications, and Slack's notifications are so squirrely that I don't trust them. So every single Slack notification in that board is off. Yeah, Twitter's the best way to get me. Never send me an Instagram message either. That's a black hole of messaging. I've said it a million times. That interface and the way they do their messaging system makes me just want to pull what hair I have left out. It's the worst, and that's worse than email. Like, I hate going in the Instagram messaging thing because it's so convoluted. They really screwed that up. So, all right. Anyway, let's talk about this. Let me see if I can get a translate up here. Can I get this in a bigger window? Let's try this. Ooh, that's bright. Paste and go. Paste and go. It's still amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's pretty amazing. I'm gonna find me a nib. I promise I'm gonna find me a nib for that. All right, where's my screen? All right, so someone sent me this morning. This is the new Kuru Toga, apparently. Mitsubishi Kuru Toga Advanced Upgrade Model. 1,000 yen. What's that, like $10? That's not that advanced. They have the roulettes, 16. The design is solid, but the shaft is lightweight. I mean, that's how we like it, right? The design is solid, but the shaft itself is lightweight. The punch grip has a thick axis for a low center of gravity. I'm gonna get banned. We're gonna make this a mature stream. The punch grip has a thick axis for a low center of gravity balance and good finger touch. I'm going straight to hell. Equipped with the core brake prevention and core automatic rotation mechanism. Full of good functions. Limited colors are already in stock. All right, we're reading this on the podcast tomorrow. I wasn't even going to bring this up on the podcast tomorrow. TBO, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. This is the ugliest Kuru Toga I've ever seen in my life. Thick axis. I'm totally making Mike read on this. So I don't know if y'all can see on this image. Oh, I'll put the tweet in here. I have to reach over this. I got my setup all jacked today. You can, I can get this in front of Mike for sure. And he won't have seen this before now. So if you go to the image, if y'all can pull up the image, look at the nose cone on this. And it makes me think like it's got some protection in there. I want to read this again. Where are my audiobook narrators? I need Matt Armstrong to read this for me. This pencil's hideous. Good morning, Miss G's Crafties. I mean, I'll get one just because. It's really bad. I don't know what's going on with the nose cone and tip section though. Like, does it have like added protection? Okay, there it is. It's on the box. It's got added protection and a punching grip. So the holes are called a punching grip. Now these look better with the colored barrels, the orange and the turquoise. That looks better than that all silver thing. Good morning, Boop. So, but these should only be like $10 as best as I can tell. I don't know what this protection is doing though. Does it retract? Do we have like a double retract thing going on? It looks like maybe. It looks like the way the diagram's drawn, it doesn't look like it goes all the way back up into there. Like it's only halfway protected. which makes it look weird and non-functional. It's really ugly. But the translation, hey, since we had such good results with Google Translate last week, I think we go all in this week again. So yeah, we'll talk about this on the show tomorrow. I can heart that there. I hearted it, so I'll remember to. I got to go write the show notes this afternoon. I think I have a bunch to cover already. I think I'm good on show doc. So yeah. Google Translate is my friend. I just opened a package this morning on the way over here. You'll see I got the CW pencils. Oh, you missed the readout, Miss Cheese Crafties. We'll do it again. I'll make Mike read it on the podcast tomorrow. It'll be worth it. I opened it before I left the house. This is my regular mail is very much like my email inbox. Like I get packages and envelopes and letters, and I usually don't open them the same day unless it's something I'm expecting and need like immediately. So this morning I saw I got something from I think it's Chronicle Books, which is the publisher. I knew that's Caroline Weaver's publisher, and I'm on like the gift list, the pre-release list, and I got like the gift package for the book and the pencil pack and letter from Caroline. So I posted that on there this morning. Have y'all seen that book? Like, is it out? Like, can you get it yet? Has it been released? Because it's pretty neat. Like, I really love the Pencil Perfect. Like, that's been like, I'm gonna reread that book this year because I enjoyed it that much, and it's a good read and you learn a lot of things. And this is more of, I have a pen book that's like this pencil book where it goes through like the history of like a single important pencil, and has good photography, pencils you should know. So it's ready. Okay, good. Or is it out? Is it shipping or pre-ordered? #1 new release in office and equipment supplies. That's funny. So yes, it's in stock. And this is like a fun book, right? This is like a mini coffee table book, right? So it'll take, I don't know how many pencils are in there, 60 or 70, I'm guessing. And just has a cool picture of the pencil and then a description of why it's important. Like the very first thing I opened up to was like these weird election pencils, like when, you know, the pencil had to be tied down to the table so people weren't running off with it to vote. And then like the second one was this it looked like a really modern geometric pattern. Like I would have thought this was a current pencil, and it was like from the 1930s. I was like, this is going to be good. This is going to be good for me to read about. So it's I'm obviously a huge Caroline Weaver fan, and I'd be all over this no matter what. Like, but I would really get the Pencil Perfect. I'd get both of these books if you can. I just think the Pencil Perfect is so chock full of knowledge. It was really, really enjoyable. There's something else I wanted to talk about today. Now I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I did get the Elemental sent me the Tomoe River pocket notebooks that we were talking about last week on stream. Proton. So I have a picture I'll post this afternoon, and I'll start going through them. The stitching on those things is awesome. The cover feels weird. So do you know, it's like it's like anything with the soft faux leather cover. What do you call that stuff? What do you call the fake leather covers that a lot of people use? Like the theme system, the Hippo Noto. What do you call that leather, faux leather cover? Leatherette maybe. This is thicker than like the theme system journal, but on a pocket notebook. It has more squish to it. Good morning, even supposing. Well, fake leather, a price point is really more like it, right? It's done really well, but I was interested in more like how thick and squishy the cover is, which is good for a pocket Tomoe River notebook, which is already fragile as it is, right? Those notebooks, if they're not that paper, if it's not like covered up well, like the Pebble Stationery just does extra thick paper covers, which, like, even supposing saying, like I might prefer in the end over this leathery stuff. But it's nice. This is the squishiest I've ever felt. I wish I could measure the squish levels of those things, because the theme system journal sits on my desk and I'm grabbing it all the time, but it feels like a normal weighted cover. The Proton feels like there's a foam padding around the cover, that's not a negative, it's just an observation. Did I hear about the let's talk about this. I really don't want to talk about this on the podcast tomorrow, but I guess, I don't know if we have to or whatever, because I really don't have anything positive to say about it. I mean, I've only heard of it from what y'all have heard in the Slack. There's no such, I wouldn't want to be a retailer, right? This is standard operating procedure for retail, distributor, retailer relationships. Manufacturer, distributor, retailer relationships. This is standard operating procedure. If all of their product lines are already meeting whatever goals and direction has been set out, yeah, that's why it shouldn't come from Platinum. I'm glad I'm not in a that manufacturing distributor retailer relationship, because now you have to have different rules for different products in an individual product line. I guess that's the long version of what I'm trying to say. There shouldn't be different rules for different Platinum pens. So it either and I'm fine if it's MSRP, but yeah, this is why I don't want to talk about it on the podcast tomorrow, because they can do it. Why can't everything just be MSRP? Why is there a game with every pricing situation? Right? That's where the frustration comes. So it's we could mention it on the podcast, but I don't have anything to say. I mean, Platinum's within their rights, but then now all I see is, well, does that apply for every Platinum pen? Is it just the Curios? What's so special about the Curios? Why doesn't the other product lines have to play by those rules? I don't care if you tell, I mean, they get to set the prices. They get to tell me how much it is. That's fine. It's the constant changing of the rule set, like Pelican, for all this regional pricing crap, it's just frustrating, and it makes me not want to deal with any of it. But wow, that was a good one. I didn't even catch the whole thing. I was looking down. I'm kind of glad, but yeah, thank you, Tony. Who said it? What was I gonna say? There's one of these comments. Okay, Gumbo Man Pat's kind of on the same thing. If the dealer agreement does not prevent the discount, then Platinum shouldn't have any say. I agree. But if you're a distributor and Platinum says, well, we're just going to cut the rest of your orders, what are you going to do? And if your distributor retail relationship, you have a rogue retailer or three that are saying, well, we're going to sell them for 20% off. I mean, there's all kinds of things around, manipulating the price. Who's to say we don't have MSRP of 80% and then we have a coupon for the Platinum Curios for 20% off? Even supposing that, I think that's actually the conversation I want to have tomorrow on the podcast. I did want to buy that pen without seeing it, and now I'm wondering if I should pre-order before tomorrow. My answer is no. So this is what we're going to talk about, I think, is the way to present that, because this is the super prime example of the FOMO, right? And I think that's the conversation worth having more than the the actual pricing manipulation or changes. If it's good, like Andrew says, it will be around. This is why I don't like FOMO inks anymore, right? I don't buy multiple inks thinking I'm going to get, it's going to run out and they're going to never be available again. Well, there's always another color, right? There's always another pen. We'll be able to get the Curidas at a decent price somewhere down the line. This is the only reason they're doing this is because they see already in the way this pen's being discussed that it's going to be a hit, and they feel that when people get it in their hands that it's not going to be a disappointment. So Platinum's being very confident in this, which means I think they will continue to be around. Therefore, I don't have to run out and pre-order. Like, I do not have one coming from any retailer I have a relationship with right now. I have not asked for any, and I do not have a pre-order in, and that's how I'm going to approach it. I think that's the conversation we have tomorrow, more than how the economics of the manufacturer distributor retailer relationship work, because I can't really totally speak to that like fluently. Like, I have an idea, we all have an idea, but it's just frustrating when Pelican's the biggest example to me, right? The inconsistency in pricing and making me have to question every purchase is not a place I should be as a consumer. That's the way I see it. And that's what they're doing, especially if they're only doing it with a single product in their lineup that they're putting this restriction on. But the whole downlines have to play by the rules or they get their product line pulled. Like, if the retailer doesn't play by the rules, the distributor pulls the retailer, because the distributor is going to get in trouble by mom. That they have someone not playing by the rules. So it all depends on how badly you want to carry the product, and right now everyone wants to carry Platinum. So they're all saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. So I think tomorrow is the FOMO conversation based on the price change. And by that time, all the prices will be baked in if the retailers are playing by the rules. They just it's just hard playing the game. Not hard, confusing. Like, because we're in the end, we're consumers. We have to make buying decisions based on the best information we have. Well, when it's a constant moving target, I just get frustrated. Like, I don't know how everyone else feels, but it frustrates me. Thunder Viking, I think that's a completely fair move. I think Andrew said it a minute ago. As soon as I get to a show, someone will show me one. I bet I'll get one. Someone will send me one that bought one to review. I'm not worried about not getting to see one or handle one. I'll get one somehow. Let's just say I haven't called any favors on it just because I'm confident they're going to be everywhere. And they'll be back by the summertime. They'll be back to 64. They'll be back to standard retail pricing. That's why there's no such thing as MSRP, I believe. Right? This was the whole Visconti argument last year or 2 years ago, where they wouldn't let the retailers publish the price they were allowed by the distributor to sell them for, but couldn't publish it until you put the item into your cart to see the 20% off the MSRP. It's asinine. This is not how the market works these days. It's frustrating from my perspective. If you couldn't tell, it frustrates me. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I want pricing is one of those things that I believe should be a more black and white thing, and I think that's just a losing battle on my side. Not that you can't have sales and discounts, but it just leads to confusion. So, yeah, we'll discuss it. I'll begrudgingly discuss it tomorrow, but I think, like Mary says, it'll be more of a FOMO conversation than anything. You know who's going to get one is Mike. Mike's going to have it before me because he's going to the party this week, I think. He had a death in the family earlier this week, so his weeks got screwed up, but I think he's back and everything. All right, have a good one. I think he's back and able to go to the event, but it won't be until the following week. So he'll have one before me, I almost guarantee it. Because he's actually going to an in-store event, and I'm sure they can at least hold him one. But platinum representation will be there. We'll have to figure out the I haven't looked at the price breakdown like you were talking about between the European sites and the US sites. Yeah, he has not had the best week. I've talked to him a few times. He's doing okay. We actually recorded last week with him gone, and he wouldn't push it, and I tried to get him to, but so we'll have to see. He's tentatively planned to go to the event, the Kuritos release party, but I don't know that that's actually going to happen with everything else that's been going on in his life in the past week. Will Platinum bring their first click the knock? I don't know. They're bringing some vintage stuff, but I don't know. That's what I want Mike to see. They showed a picture in the invitation that we have of like a 1930s maquille pen. It's really pretty. And they said they were going to bring some other vintage stuff, but I don't know what else. But I would love to see. Yeah, that really, because like the release parties, like you very rarely see a release party for a product that costs this little, right? You usually see like I was joking about the Mont Blanc, the champagne parties, right? That's the way they are. So this is seems to be like a very much more low key type of thing. So yeah, Evan, good point about the pricing, just sending people to the gray market or different markets. Like I understand we can't necessarily have global pricing set by manufacturers all around the world just because of the way various taxes, imports, fees, and duties run. But there has to be some kind of middle ground. So it's kind of strange. Delta Wolf, thanks for the follow. Very, very weird. All right, where am I at here? But yeah, and it's like the biggest question I have, not to keep belaboring this point, but I guess I'm glad we're doing it here because I don't want to do it tomorrow, is that I have talked to Jonathan. We're gonna try. Jonathan's been doing a bunch of traveling, but we're gonna try to record something later. Like we're on each other's radar currently. But this would be a great topic. That's why the show began in the first place, because I have questions, like I have like the common man questions about, well, why does the pricing work this way? And he's able to help out with that. And then we'll still fight. me and Dr. Deans are good at fighting. Oh, what was I gonna say about Evan? Yeah, the whole gray market thing. Yeah, the way pricing works that way is because pricing works that way. I know. Like at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal, right? It's still pens. Y'all have at least talked me into talking about it. Night Patrolman, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah. I guess it's all made up. Oh, I know what I was going to say is like, why wasn't this an issue before today? No, I eat Bulbasaurs. I'm glad to have. Off topic. Any suggestion on cleaning up a thoroughly smashed vodka bottle? I mean, first of all, I think there needs to be a story before we answer that question. Oh, just drop one on the kitchen floor. Well, that's not exciting. You could have really elaborated that story. We could have run that through Google Translate and see what we come up with. But yeah, any suggestions on thoroughly cleaning up? No. Like, get up all the glass as much as possible with towels, and then just keep working down, towels, then mop, and then I'd vacuum it when it dries, and then just anything to get the glass out. How full was it? That's bad. Tile floor. Yeah. God, that had to shatter. That's no good. But yeah, my whole thing, Evan, is why this and why now? This is not a new idea. I mean, not the pen idea, the pricing idea. Why do you have different rules for different days? Or why are you now deciding to enforce your rules that were already in place? That's the whole weirdness of it all. When was the last time Platinum had a new model? Prefonte, yeah. I mean, then before that, the Procyon, yeah. I was gonna say, what was the one that was the fancy Plaisir? The Procyon. So that was last year or 2 years ago. Naughty Zoot, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. That's awesome. Still gotta fix my alerts. If I turn them off and on again. Oh, that's why it was off. Ding dongs. NGIF, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Platinum may not be good at what? At the middle mark? I mean, what do you think of Platinum as? When you say Platinum fountain pen, what type of pen manufacturer are they, in your opinion? Because I think my answer is what you're saying they're not. I think they're a middle market pen brand. No one goes to any of the Japanese three for luxury. They're all middle range pen brands, in my opinion. I guess, okay, so that's the first question. How do we define premium? Is premium $150? Maybe I'm not looking at it that way. I consider that middle. So I guess the starting question is, what do you define as a luxury pen brand? Or a pen price point? What defines a luxury pen regardless of brand? To me, that feels like 300 and up. And it's also a matter of, like Tony's saying, I'd be more inclined to buy a super high-end Japanese pen compared to other countries of origin. So would I, but those are not, I guess, totally what they're known for, right? So the custom Urushi is the one I'm thinking about, like for Pilot. that's a luxury pen. Would you consider that a mainline product? I mean, honestly, anything over a $3 pen would be a luxury, because after that, you're really beyond, like, you've met your necessities, you've met your needs. Like, this is a way bigger conversation. And I'm just asking. I don't have any, like, complete definitive. Tony, I'm closer to that, right? Like, I'm saying, like, a $300 pen. That's a $280 pen. That's kind of where I'm at, Lauren. Their mid-range is so strong, and that's what I consider mid-range. You can get their wonderful gold nib pens for $100 to $150 all day long and be thrilled. Are we saying that's luxury or mid-range? I call that mid-range, but it's irrelevant, like, what I think, because, that's just my opinion on it. I think that's probably luxury for, like, and I don't mean price, I just mean that's probably like a luxury pen range. Is that? Yeah. So getting back to it, what is Platinum's strength? And my argument is Platinum's strength is mid-range and is low to mid-range. And then that's it. Like, they have high-end stuff that's really underpriced. Their high-end stuff, I think, is underpriced. I think it probably just went a price increase. Yeah, it's a totally, like, nebulous area. I agree with that, Lauren. I agree with that. You've made a statement on where you believe your branding should be. Isn't this fun? I don't get to talk pens with anyone very often. I think that's why I like doing this, even though, like, there's no, like, defined structure to these streams. Like, we can just talk about, like, stuff like this and try to figure things out. And luxury doesn't start until 500. I mean, yeah, there's like all kinds of definitions. Oh, I remembered now. Okay, are we done with? I don't guess we're done with this conversation. But I remembered the other thing I wanted to discuss. So tell me when you're ready. I mean, it's not that exciting. It's just I finally made a decision on something that's been driving me crazy. But I like this discussion because there's no answer. It's all perception from where you're coming from personally. And I'm getting way less envelopes written because the discussion's so good. I always have this great idea. Like, I have 40 that I have to fill out. I was like, oh, I can knock that out. I can knock out 40 envelopes in like an hour and a half stream. Easy peasy. I've done 7. And we've been on for like 45 minutes. I think that's kind of the right range, Inkwell Monster. I think 75 is mid-range, all the way up to like that 300 price point. Yeah, that's what I said, Tony. Like, anything past a BIC is a non-essential item, so then it would be a luxury item just by that definition. The way I think of luxury in fountain pens is, at what level am I getting something different that's going to impact the way I think about this pen? And that's right at about $300. I just scrolled up my list. Okay. This is good. I'm gonna rat someone out here on my list. I don't think he's in chat today. At least I haven't seen him this morning. So a Dr. Grip would be luxury. I wouldn't argue that description. I wouldn't argue that at all. It's all right. So I have this list here. I keep looking down. I have my iPad here with the Google Doc responses. And I'm sending out the member chips, and I'm scrolling down. Everyone address. People fill out the address if you don't have a chip. Scrolling down. Next address on here is Mike Madison with no address. Now I have his address somewhere at home, but he filled out the form that says full mailing address including name. Maybe he was just messing with me. So thank you, Mike. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm also looking at looking at a sheet that says 40 responses up top with 39 responses down below. Wait, how do you get the chip? You need to email me on the Pen Addict members email address with your shipping address, and I will send you one in a few months because I'm slow. But yeah, you need to get on the list. Yeah, are we talking about Dr. Grip as a necessity for health reasons? Then that's a different story. Yeah, email me your address. So that's why, there's no really definitive answer on this, right? Which is good. It's a good conversation. All right, so what I wanted to change the subject here, not that y'all really care. I finally figured out how I'm going to update the top 5 list, and it hit me last night. So I did that TWSBI ink review Monday, right? The TWSBI Blue Black ink review, which is great ink, nice ink. Will never sniff my top 5 blue black inks because that's just a huge category, and it has to be a little bit better. It has to be a little bit something special. I did not waterproof test it, but I will. I have all my sheets out. I'll do that when I get home. I have all the sheets still sitting on my desk. I'll waterproof test them. So the top 5 blue black inks is one of the categories on the top 5 pens page, and tonight I was gonna write the Tuesday tool set on my favorite blue black inks, and I thought, well, here's an opportunity to take one aspect of the list and update that. Trying to figure out the time for me to update that list as an entire list which is what I've done in the past, is intimidating, and this is why I keep putting it off, because that's so much work. But if every Tuesday tool set post, every Tuesday night, I can update one of those categories over the next few months, then I'll have it all updated, and I think that's the path I'm going to take. So I'm going to start tonight, because I immediately got asked, well, what's your favorite blue black ink? And then I have this post over here that lists my most recommended, and then we've talked about recommendations are different from favorites, right? So that's a balance thing. So I'll work through that tonight in the Tuesday tool set and end up with some maybe my personal list versus my recommendations list, and then the recommendations list will update the top 5 list for that section in the top 5 list. And then I can roll through that every week for however many categories I have, 20 plus categories. And then, yeah, Kimmy, I'll be open for suggestions for new sections. I got to look at what those are, but I'm always open for suggestions for what new sections. And remember, the top 5 list is a recommendation list as opposed to my favorite list, right? So like I could tell you my favorites of things all day long, but I want that to be a resource for here's the things I recommend that you try if you're interested in this type of thing. So what would those types of things, what would those headers be for those sections? So think of it that way if you're going to propose categories that I don't have on there, which is also the reason why it's hard to get ultra specific, right? Do I have a need, as much as I love pink inks, do I have a need for top 5 recommended pink fountain pen inks? Is there a need for that, or is that just fluff? So, oh, Tony, we're gonna fight. Andrew, I have like a bunch of PDF file ideas that I just have like notes on. Like I kind of have something, not exactly like that, but I kind of have like some introductory type information that kind of lines up with what you're saying, that I just, that's in the that's in the I've written down like 2 notes type of phase, but it's on the long-term list to do things. Have a series of just like PDFs people can download for like beginners and the way the workflow, if you will, the workflow of pen addiction. I actually have titles for all this stuff. I don't think I have them written down here. Like I have working titles for a lot of these things. Any speculation as the Retro 51 popper release today? As tight as I am with Retro, they will not give me advance notice of releases, so I have no idea. Like I saw the brown swirly thing, but that's what the other thing we were supposed to talk about. Top 5 pen clips. That's actually a pretty hilarious list, Evan. Like I would do that outside of the oh yeah, you're right, Gumbo Man Pat. Like Tony doesn't really mean it. If you really mean it, you got to go hard like that. I did a Jaffa Chief, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, Tony, you're never going to let me get to my topic here. I already forgot what I was going to say. Because, like, I won't disagree with you on a pencil-to-pencil basis, but it's not as easy for other people to acquire. I don't think. Maybe it is. It's not like the 9850's that easy to acquire either, right? Oh, Retro. I was going to say, I built out a Google form yesterday. I think I ended it with 55 choices. So I'm going to release that tomorrow. I just don't have it done yet to release it right now. I'll release that tomorrow at the podcast when we talk about, I want people's input on what their most favorite are. So I did that yesterday. Entered all the data lines that I wanted, so I just got to finish building the form. I'm gonna put in 5 choices, and I'm not going to put in a drop down. I'm not going to put in an additional field to a write. I'm not going to put in a write-in vote field. I'm going to put in a message that you need to send me a message on Twitter or email me with anything that I don't have included, because I want to keep the data on that sheet clean. And I'll take the write-in votes offline. But I will not take your basic write-in votes offline. Anything that's on the list, if you email that to me or tweet me that, like, I'm not adding that to the list. Like, that doesn't get counted. So yeah, I'll have that ready for tomorrow. I got a bunch of work to do this afternoon. So I got that to do, Tuesday tool set, write the podcast, all of that to do this afternoon. So any suggestions on all those things? That's my plan. That's my plans right now for topics, content, all that stuff. So lots of things. Brick Studio, hi. How are you? All right. See you, Andrew. Let's see. Can I make it to 10 envelopes filled? That is really lacking. I just enjoy talking to y'all too much. It's such good topics of conversation. Inkwell Monster, I didn't know you were such a clip hater. If y'all aren't following Sarah on Twitter, you should, because she will shame your work ethic in the best way possible. She's like, just finished 2/3 of a novel, and it's like 5 million pages. And it's like, no big deal. You know, I think it's going to be good. It's like, I wrote 10 envelopes today. Thanks a lot, Sarah. Top 5 vaporware stationery items. Good Lord, that's a good one. I was wondering, Brick Studio. It sounds like a Lego name. I follow Brick and Nick. My son follows Brick and Nick. What am I doing? Did I write the same thing? Nope, I just conflated two addresses here. I think I ruined this one. Scribble. Yeah, that's exactly what. That would make the best article, Evan, for just like a shirt post. Just say, you know, top 5 vaporware stationery items. Number 1, scribble pen. 2, 3, 4, 5, scribble pen. That would be perfect. Good morning, Annabella. Hope you're having a good day so far. I think I saved those stamps. We'll see. So yeah, all right. Oh. So here's something else I was thinking about. I should list it. Like, I think I have some of the old, like, when they've resurrected it. Like, every resurrection date of the scribble pen, each get a different date, and the email release or the Indiegogo article. See if we can get them to threaten to sue me again. That'd be cool. That would be great. What's funny is, like, you can't even put the Visionaire in there, right? Because the Visionaire delivered on everything that they promised, right? They were just ignorant, and the people who bought it were. But, you know, we all knew it was going to be a failure, but, like, it wasn't vaporware. They delivered. It was just one of the worst products in Kickstarter history. I think we're going to do some, yeah, they won't see you. They don't know what they're doing. All right, I need to not copy this address again. All right. Right? Like, you know, I can't say anything positive, but the negative, like, they delivered exactly what they said they were going to deliver. Done. I mean, it was stupid and ridiculous and a ripoff and a knockoff. And we tried to help people. We tried to help people not buy that pen and tell them why, but boy, those were the days, right? Could that, okay. No, because I don't have 5 hours Thunder Viking, but it's not going well for me. So let me ask y'all this, that were around for the Visionaire. Could that happen today? Could the next Visionaire happen today? Could the exact same project go today and do similar? I agree with y'all. I think it would. It may not hit the raw numbers that they did, which they did, I think, over 300 grand. It would absolutely go. All you have to do is get your manufacturer to make whatever pen, come up with a marketing story, and sell it for $40 all day long. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if it was a pen that already existed. Now, I mean, you can come up with something new, but I'm kind of with y'all. I think it would totally go again. It's probably going right now. I was actually, excuse me, I had Kickstarter as a topic for tomorrow. I had a couple of Kickstarter campaigns to talk about, and like the amount of campaigns that don't even cross our radar that are pen campaigns, I think is just it's 10 a month maybe. I don't know. It's a lot. Dryden brand pen. Why have I heard of that? Should I have heard of that? But yeah, there's so much that happens on Kickstarter that is out of my purview just because I'm not looking at it every day like I used to. I think it's harder to find the next great project than it used to be. Now it's just more a lot of good projects, which is fine. I just don't have a lot of interest in investing in those products. But I do like looking at them because I don't know, you can see a lot of what's going on in the market, and what people who aren't as dialed in as pen addicts are making, thinking like they've got the next great thing. So yeah, that's the so here's one of my flaws in pen shopping. I don't guess I'll say it a flaw. I guess it's a what's the word I'm looking for? One of my basic, not assumptions, but just basically like a rule I live by is, and I think it's probably too I don't know, it's probably not good. It's not at a healthy level. I really don't give kit pens a second thought, no matter the craftsmanship. Yeah, I guess a shortcoming. No matter the craftsmanship that goes into the barrel, and it could be the nicest, best finished, eloquently crafted barrel. It's someone loves what they do to make those barrel sections and really has a passion for it. And you can tell the craftsmanship between a really good one and a really bad one. But it's still stock front end, stock hardware, stock clips, stock, you can see it. You line them up with every other pen that's the same way. I have no interest in those. And I got emails about people want me to try theirs all the time. And I'm like, I can't do it. And I feel bad to a degree because they're artisans and craftsmen just like a lot of us, everyone else who's making things. But that's like a line I have no intention of crossing. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate the story that went in, that you're telling me in the materials that you use and the designs you made. It's just that I do not want to use the pen to write with, right? It's not as enjoyable as even something as basic as this, right? The Retro 51 is essentially a kit pen. This is a dead simple pen, right? Yeah, so that's the thing, Inkwell Monster. It's I get the story and the art and the creativity that goes into these, but I don't really have any interest in putting them on the blog or owning them to use on a daily basis. I feel like a guilt about that a little bit. I know. I agree, Evan. Yeah, their base refills and nibs are generally not good. So a kit pen is where you buy the metal hardware for a pen, say the nose cone, the clip, the finial, the threading in the middle of the pen. Think of it as a cap pen, and then you have a lathe, and let's just take wood for example, and you turn the barrel for this section of the barrel and this section of the barrel. So like a 2-part pen, where like a wood craftsman will just make a wooden pen. Like we could pull some up, but there were Jovo nib kits, yeah. So I don't know. I guess I'm just biased against them, and I feel a little like I'm being a little bit unfair. Like plenty have asked me for like coverage on the blog and things like that, and I just don't do it. It's just not the market that I enjoy. So I think some of them use Schmidt nibs, which fit the Jovos, I think. Don't quote me on that. And it's not even necessarily the nib. It's usually, to me, it's usually like grip sections and things like that are more of a negative than that. Oh, that's why I wanted to talk about Kickstarter, is the Wancher one. I'm supposedly getting one of those pens to try. How much is it on Kickstarter? Is it live? A lot of them are very heavy. Inkwell Monster. Like, I have been given several that are gifts that sit in my displays, but I never use them, and they're bulky. They're generally pretty bulky pens. Did the Wancher launch yet? I don't know what's the pricing on it, if it has. I know. I'm getting one to test. I don't think I'm going to back it. That's why I was going to, what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, and it has a market, Evan. It clearly has a market. I'd be more interested in a lead holder. I would buy, like, I don't know, is there such a thing as a kit lead holder? I guess so. I would rather have that craftsmanship in a unique piece like that than a pen or a fountain pen, because it's so different. But it's also a microscopic market, right, for 3mm lead holders. All right, is it live? Let's look at this. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. They are supposedly sending me one, but it's been like a month since I've heard from them. Oh, they already have quotes? They have quotes from David and Aziz Idris. But their reviews aren't posted yet, are they? Oh, on YouTube. Cool. I haven't watched them. 230? That's not bad. I can see that. Fat lead shop pencils. Yeah, I think those are great. That price isn't bad. I mean, I hope they send me the orange one. I didn't ask for a particular color. But yeah, like, so the Bakelite, the theory of Bakelite is long-term health of the pen, right? Will old Bakelite eventually changes at like a molecular level, right, to where it'll become brittle, shatters. What I'm seeing in the pictures, I can't expand this. The orange has this texture to it. I'm very interested in seeing this. They look great. The price seems fine. I remember that, Evan. I think the design is cool, and the price seems fine. But yeah, if you look at the page, the orange has a texture to it where the black and the red don't. I don't know if it's a finish or a material issue. not issue, but a thing, I would totally get that. How long is this? Is this a 1 month thing? Yeah, so 30 days. I'll give it a couple weeks, see if I get my tester in, so I can tell. Like if I get a tester, like if I get a pen, from someone like Wancher, yeah, maybe it just shows better on the orange. But like even the orange, it looks like two-toned, right? If you look at the section and end cap are the same color, and the middle barrel is a different color, and all the pictures are consistently that way. What I was going to say is when I get, if I'm able to get an advanced view of this pen and I like it, I go and back the project, and then I'll give one of them away. So if I get this and I like it, I'll go ahead and back it. But I'm gonna wait and see on this one. Price seems good. Yeah, no argument from me. It's a neat design. Even with the gold, like I can do gold and orange. That would be good. And it's weird that that one has a silver nib. Oh, I guess you have a choice, right? You can choose your nib color. Oh, so they have add-on ebonite feed add-ons, 18K nib add-ons. I'd get steel. I'd get a steel nib. And I would probably get, I might have to get the gold nib just to go with the rest of the pen. The steel nib doesn't really track with the gold hardware. All right, I didn't know what the price was. I've known what the pen was forever. That seems completely fair. So we'll talk about that on the Gumbo Man Pat. Yeah, like there's two camps as far as that goes. There wasn't a field, Tony. It says put in your full mailing address including name is what the box says. I have his address though, so what was I saying? Oh, the Kickstarter campaigns, yeah. So there's people who sometimes they just want to donate to your project, and that's how you give them an opportunity to. If they just want to follow along, they get access to all the private backer only communication if you have that level. Some people like to do that. Some people like to back as many. Some are Kickstarter fanatics that have like 500 or 1,000 projects back. They'll go and just give $1 to everybody, kind of thing. I tend not to do it on my projects because I don't need $8 for people to just come in and hang out. Sometimes people use that to attack other projects, which I've seen before. They'll come in, they'll pay their $1 so they have access to everything, like the comments section, talk crap for like 3 weeks, and then back out their pledge and leave. So it generally tends to be a non-beneficial thing to me. So it's a weird concept. It was an old school Kickstarter best practice. Like when the platform started, you gave a very, very low tier platform for people who just wanted to support you with $1 or $2. And then it became, people understood, like it ended up causing more trouble than it's worth. All right, what time is it? All right, I'll go about another 20 minutes. I got a bunch of work to do and get home. Finish cleaning the glass shards. Let us know on Thursday. But I hope you did, because that's terrible. Were you able to rescue any of the vodka? That's the real question. Doesn't sound like it. Madison just texted me. Oh All right. Glass Shards vodka sounds like a college drink. I'm not going to disagree with that. Oh boy, Goldschlager. That was one. That was a drink, chat. That was a drink. Not recommended. Even under the best circumstances, which I don't even know what that would be. Jägermeister. We can talk. We've talked about that. Goldschlager. Wow. Glass Shards vodka, Everclear. That's true. So I just started watching Peaky Blinders, which Jackie is fully aware of. We've shared some tweets. So I talked to my wife about it. Like, we're watching it together. And she started it. She went to season 3, and then that's when she finally realized that I would like it, and like she thinks she's heard some music that I listened to, and that's when I discovered this. Like, I had no idea that this was a thing, and I was like, wait a minute, what? Excuse me? What song again? She's like, you know that song you listen to that goes like this? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, that's in this show, and all the music is like modern music for this, old Irish gangster show or British gangster show. I'm like, really? I was like, okay, so now I'm in. Anyway, the point is, how do people drink like that? I mean, I know it's, a movie and, a show. But people can just pour like, a half a glass of whiskey and just go. It's like, I'm taking like sip and go. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, crazy. All right. Anyway, I don't know. So don't talk to me about Peaky Blinders. I'm on the first season, episode 4, or 5, but I'm thoroughly hooked. It is, what a good show. How I personally did not get on this show the moment it came out is something I'll never understand. Maybe it's just because I don't want to watch a lot of television shows, so I don't even know what's out there. This one is freaking right up my alley. So now I have The Good Place going, which we're almost done with season 3. Me and Tyler are pretty much the last holdouts on that. The girls ended up not watching that as much. Me and Tyler are all in. And Peaky Blinders. The only problem is I can only watch them when they're around, so I'm not ahead of them. Well, I remember I started watching Boardwalk Empire when it came out. That's Steve Buscemi, right? Yeah, I think I would like that. Yeah, Sam Neill's great. No, they're not Irish. The IRA is involved, and Irish police are involved, or detectives, whatever they want to call them. Yeah, I had to look up the lead actor. I was like, I swear I'd seen him in other things before, but I really hadn't when I looked through his IMDb. I've heard of that Miracle Workers show. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I've avoided all Good Place spoilers, and I still got a ways to go, so I'm very anxious to see how that plays out. I feel like I'm in a bit of a soft spot right now in the show, where it's kind of like rebooting, refining itself right now. They like the area I'm at, like the grouping of shows that I'm at right now, seems a little not as good as the first couple years lead up into that point, but still great. All right, couple more, then I got to roll. I got a bunch of work to do this afternoon. Tuesday afternoon's been a big writing day for me all of a sudden, which I like. I don't mind. But it means I can't screw around here all day. Where Thursday's usually not too bad. Thursday, I'm more prone to just hang out. Tuesday, I know I got to get going to get finished. Rewatching 30 Rock. I need to watch Parks and Rec. Like, I watched the first season when it was on TV and then just didn't continue. I should come back. Yeah, Parks and Rec and Community. I mean, that's I'm a huge Michael Schur fan as it is. Brooklyn 911. I know I would love that show, and I just never watched it. I genuinely don't watch a lot of TV, but I've actually been playing. I would if I had spare time at night and it's not baseball season, I'd fire up video games or something. I haven't been playing games for a while. I mean, relatively speaking. So I'm having more time for TV, which I'm enjoying. Parks and Rec's better after season 1. Maybe that's why I didn't continue. But I'd need to rewatch it from the beginning to remember everything anyway. But I know I'd like that. And Community. And 30 Rock. And Brooklyn 911. Capcom beat 'em ups. Those the good days. All right. One more. Then we're going to run. Season 1, yeah. Oh, I'll have the last season of Schitt's Creek to watch whenever it comes on Netflix. That'll go to the top of my priority list. That's been the best show I've watched in a long time. Yeah, I'm watching The Good Place right now. So we're in season 3. Me and Tyler are watching it. I'm hooked into it more than we all started watching. The whole family made it through season 1. Then my wife is like, it's good. I just don't know whether I want to spend the time watching it. And my daughter's like, whatever. And my son is all about it. So my daughter just wants to run around saying holy forking shirt balls all day long, which is becoming a problem. All right, pour empty envelopes, since I forgot my little dime bags. I don't get to mail these today, but I'll go home and grab them so I can mail them tomorrow. All right, what else do we need to talk about, chat? We talked about a lot today. For a show about nothing, we talked about a lot of some things. Making sure I'm getting all my stuff. Big podcast tomorrow. Not really. I just like saying that. Big show. Well, it'll be up on YouTube in about 15 minutes, Jackie. We talked about platinum. What else we talked about? I don't know. Other stuff. As usual, nothing important, but the most important stuff ever. So that's kind of our motto. All right, closing her down. Sailor Lucky Charm tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do the gold spot Sailor for Monday. That's the plan. Because I got an idea about the ink I'm gonna put in it. I thought I was gonna go purple, but I'm not. I got a better idea. All right, I'm out of here, chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all your great ideas and insight. I love open conversations where I and hopefully everyone can learn something, even if it's just about pens and paper. It's cool. So thanks for being part of that. Talk to y'all later. Bye.